Do you ever feel like the night has become a relentless trip to the bathroom, stealing the rest you so desperately need? You're not alone. Millions of seniors wake up 3, 4, even 5 times a night just to pee. 1 in 3 adults over 65 experience this nightly interruption, and it can feel like a never-ending marathon that leaves you exhausted by sunrise.
What if I told you that in just 5 minutes a day, you could reclaim those precious hours of sleep?
Stay with me because I'm about to share 5 science-backed exercises that tighten the muscles that control your bladder, no equipment required. If this hits close to home, give this video a like now. It tells the algorithm that we're solving a real problem together. Welcome back to Senior Health Tips. I'm Dr. Evelyn Hart, a physiotherapist with 20 years of experience helping older adults regain independence. Nighttime urination or nocturia is often a sign that the pelvic floor and bladder muscles are losing tone, a natural part of aging, but not an inevitable one. Why does the body start sending those signals at night, and how can we gently retrain it? In the next few minutes, we'll walk through 5 simple exercises. For each, I'll identify the muscle group, explain the biological benefit in plain language, and show you exactly how to do it safely. Let's begin with the foundation, the pelvic floor itself. The pelvic floor is a hammock of muscles that supports the bladder and urethra. When these muscles contract, they increase bladder pressure, reducing leakage and the urge to empty frequently. To start, we'll practice the classic pelvic floor squeeze, often called a Kegel. Sit or lie comfortably. Imagine you're stopping the flow of urine. Tighten the muscles for a count of 4, then relax for 6. Repeat 10 times, 3 sets a day. Do not hold your breath. Breathe naturally. Feel a subtle lift in the lower abdomen. That's the right muscles engaging. Try it now and notice the gentle tension. If you're finding this useful, hit that subscribe button so we can keep exploring together. Next, let's address the deep abdominal core, which works hand in hand with the pelvic floor to provide stability. A strong core helps distribute pressure evenly, preventing sudden urges that wake you up. The exercise we'll use is the seated march. Sit tall in a chair, feet flat on the floor. Lift one knee toward your chest while keeping your spine straight. Then lower and repeat on the other side. Move slowly, aiming for 10 repetitions per side, 2 minutes total. Keep your belly button gently drawn toward your spine. This engages the transverse abdominis, the deep stabilizer. Remember, quality over quantity. A slow, controlled motion trains the nervous system more effectively than a rapid rush. How does that feel? Let me know in the comments if you've tried similar core work before. Now we move to the lower back, an area that often compensates when the pelvic floor is weak. Strengthening the lumbar extensors can reduce pressure on the bladder by improving overall posture. Lie face down on a firm surface, place your hands lightly beside your shoulders, and gently lift your chest a few inches off the floor, holding for 3 counts before lowering. Perform 8 to 12 repetitions, resting a moment between each. This is called the prone press-up, and it activates the erector spinae without straining the neck. Keep your neck aligned with your spine. Don't crane your head forward. If you notice any discomfort, reduce the range of motion and focus on the muscle activation. Feel the stretch across your back. That's a good sign that you're engaging the right fibers. The 4th exercise targets the inner thigh adductors, which play a subtle role in supporting pelvic alignment. Sit on the edge of a chair, place a small pillow or rolled towel between your knees, and gently press inward, holding for 5 seconds before releasing. Repeat 15 times. This squeeze encourages the muscles that wrap around the pelvis to work synergistically with the floor muscles, creating a more stable base. Keep your breathing steady. Inhale as you prepare, exhale as you press. Notice how the pressure feels across the inner thighs. That's the adductors firing in harmony with the pelvic floor. If this exercise feels new to you, share your experience below. Your feedback helps us refine these routines for everyone. Finally, we'll incorporate a gentle breathing technique that ties all the previous movements together. The diaphragmatic breath, often called belly breathing, promotes relaxation and reduces involuntary bladder contractions that can trigger nocturia. Sit or lie comfortably. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen. Inhale slowly through the nose, allowing your belly to rise while keeping the chest relatively still. Then exhale through pursed lips, feeling the belly fall. Aim for 6 breaths per minute, a rhythm that can be practiced before bedtime to calm the nervous system. This simple practice not only supports the pelvic floor, but also improves overall sleep quality. Have you tried breathing exercises before sleep? Let me know how it impacted your night. We've covered the essential muscles: pelvic floor, core, lower back, inner thighs, and the breath that unites them. Each of these exercises can be done in the comfort of your living room, requiring no special equipment, just a few minutes of focused attention each day. If you're ready to turn restless nights into restorative sleep, start with one exercise today and build gradually. Consistency is the key that transforms temporary effort into lasting strength. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress, one gentle squeeze at a time. If this information resonated with you, give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might benefit. Stay tuned for the next segment where we'll discuss lifestyle tweaks that complement these movements, helping you wake up feeling refreshed rather than exhausted. Now, let's explore the lifestyle tweaks that work hand in hand with those movements, turning a simple routine into a nightly shield against unwanted awakenings. You may be wondering, if I'm already exercising the pelvic floor, what else could possibly make a difference? The answer lies in the everyday choices that quietly shape bladder signals and in how we orchestrate our environment for optimal rest. First, consider the timing of your fluid intake. Our bodies are wonderfully adaptable, yet they respond strongly to patterns. If you're habitually reaching for a glass of water right before bed, you're essentially sending a late night invitation to your bladder. The simple adjustment is to front load your hydration earlier in the day. Aim to drink the bulk of your fluids between morning and early afternoon, and then taper off as evening approaches. A practical way to implement this is to set a gentle reminder on your phone for the hour before you plan to retire, prompting you to finish your last sip. Keep a small cup of water nearby, just enough for a quick sip if you truly feel thirsty, but avoid large gulps. The safety tip here is to never restrict fluids to the point of dehydration. The goal is balance, not denial. Have you ever tried shifting your water schedule? Share how your night changed in the comments below. Next, let's talk about caffeine and its stealthy influence. Caffeine is a well-known stimulant that can increase urine production and irritate the bladder lining.
Many seniors enjoy a cup of coffee or tea in the late afternoon, not realizing that the lingering effects can linger into the night.
The recommendation is to set a cutoff point, ideally after early afternoon. If you find it difficult to give up your favorite brew, consider switching to a decaffeinated version or an herbal alternative such as chamomile, which also carries soothing properties. A quick experiment: for 1 week, replace your usual afternoon coffee with a caffeine-free herbal tea and note any change in nighttime bathroom trips. The safety reminder is to monitor for any withdrawal symptoms such as mild headaches and to stay hydrated with water during the transition. What's your favorite caffeine-free beverage? Let us know. Alcohol deserves its own spotlight. While a modest glass of wine can be part of a pleasant dinner, alcohol acts as a diuretic, prompting the kidneys to excrete more fluid. Moreover, it relaxes the smooth muscle of the bladder, diminishing the sense of fullness and making accidental leaks more likely. The prudent approach is to limit alcohol consumption to earlier in the evening and to keep portions modest. Think 1 standard drink, not a full bottle. Pair each drink with a glass of water to counterbalance the dehydrating effect. If you notice that even a small amount disrupts your sleep, consider an alcohol-free social ritual, such as a sparkling water infused with fresh fruit. Have you experimented with lower alcohol options? Your insights could help others. Now, let's examine bladder training, a behavioral technique that can re-educate the nervous system. The core idea is to gradually extend the intervals between bathroom visits, thereby strengthening the bladder's capacity to hold urine. Start by noting the times you naturally feel the urge to go, then purposefully delay the trip by a few minutes using distraction techniques like reading a page or doing a light stretch. Over days and weeks, increase the delay incrementally, aiming for longer stretches of uninterrupted sleep. The safety cue is to listen to your body. If you feel pain or a sudden urge that cannot be ignored, honor it. The goal is steady progress, not discomfort. Have you tried timed voiding before? How did your bladder respond? Sleep hygiene is another pillar that underpins nocturnal bladder control. The quality of your sleep influences hormone regulation, particularly the antidiuretic hormone that tells the kidneys to conserve water during the night. To support this system, establish a consistent bedtime routine. Dim the lights an hour before sleep, avoid screens that emit blue light, and engage in a calming activity such as gentle reading or a short meditation. A practical tip is to keep your bedroom cool, around 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, as a cooler environment promotes deeper sleep cycles. The safety note: if you have medical conditions that affect temperature regulation, adjust accordingly and consult your physician. What bedtime ritual has helped you drift off most peacefully? Stress management cannot be overlooked. Chronic stress activates the sympathetic nervous system, which can heighten bladder sensitivity and trigger urgency. Incorporating relaxation practices, such as progressive muscle relaxation, guided imagery, or even a brief walk in fresh air, can lower overall stress levels. A simple routine: sit comfortably, close your eyes, and inhale slowly through the nose, counting to 4, then hold for a count of 2, and exhale gently through pursed lips for a count of 6. Repeat this cycle for several breaths, allowing the tension to melt away. The safety reminder is to avoid hyperventilation. Keep the breathing smooth and natural. Have you found a particular stress relief technique that works for you? Let's discuss in the comments. Nutrition also plays a subtle yet meaningful role. Certain foods can irritate the bladder lining, such as spicy peppers, citrus fruits, and artificial sweeteners. Conversely, foods rich in magnesium like leafy greens, nuts, and seeds can help relax the smooth muscle of the bladder. Incorporate a balanced plate at dinner, a portion of lean protein, a colorful assortment of vegetables, and a modest serving of whole grains. Sprinkle a handful of pumpkin seeds for that magnesium boost. The safety tip is to introduce dietary changes gradually, monitoring any reactions, and to consult a dietitian if you have specific health concerns. What's your favorite magnesium-rich snack before bedtime? Share your recipe. Weight management, even modest adjustments, can relieve pressure on the pelvic floor. Excess abdominal weight presses down on the bladder and pelvic muscles, exacerbating leakage. A gentle approach is to incorporate low-impact activities such as walking, water aerobics, or Tai Chi into your weekly schedule. Aim for a steady pace that allows you to converse comfortably rather than pushing to exhaustion. Over time, even a few pounds lost can translate into noticeable improvements in bladder control. The safety point is to start slowly and seek guidance from a physical therapist if you have joint concerns. Have you noticed a connection between your waistline and nighttime bathroom trips? Medication review is an often missed component. Some prescription drugs, including certain diuretics, antihistamines, and antidepressants, can increase urinary frequency or interfere with bladder signaling. Schedule a medication checkup with your primary care provider or pharmacist, discussing any nighttime urgency you experience. They may adjust dosages, suggest alternative medications, or recommend timing changes, such as taking a diuretic earlier in the day rather than in the evening. The safety reminder is never to discontinue a medication without professional guidance. Have you spoken to your doctor about your nocturia? Your experience could encourage others to seek advice. Finally, let's consider the power of a nightly routine that combines the physical exercises we practiced with the lifestyle strategies we've just explored. Imagine a calm evening where you finish your fluid intake by early evening, sip a caffeine-free herbal tea, complete a brief series of pelvic floor squeezes, engage in a 5-minute diaphragmatic breathing session, and then settle into a dimly lit bedroom with a cool temperature. This harmonious sequence sends a clear message to your body. It is time to relax, to conserve fluids, and to rest. Over weeks, this consistency can reshape the nightly bladder pattern, reducing the number of awakenings and enhancing overall sleep quality. To reinforce this habit, set a simple cue, a soft chime on your phone at the designated bedtime that reminds you to start the routine. Pair the cue with a visual cue, like placing a small pillow at the foot of the bed that you turn over only after completing the exercises. This creates an associative loop in the brain, making the sequence almost automatic. The safety note is to keep the routine brief and enjoyable. If it feels like a chore, you risk abandoning it. How do you currently signal the end of your day? Consider adding a gentle cue and let us know how it works for you. As we wrap up this segment, remember that each of these adjustments is a piece of a larger puzzle. No single change will magically eliminate nocturnal trips, but together they form a robust strategy that supports bladder health, improves sleep, and restores a sense of control over your nights. Take a moment now to reflect on which tip feels most doable for you and commit to trying it for the coming week. Small, consistent steps are the foundation of lasting transformation. If you found value in these insights, please give this video a thumbs up and consider sharing it with a friend or family member who might be battling the same nightly interruptions. Your engagement not only helps the community grow, but also signals to the platform that we're delivering content that matters. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel so you won't miss future episodes where we delve deeper into senior wellness, from joint health to cognitive vitality.
Your support fuels our mission to bring evidence-based, practical health guidance to every viewer.
Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video where we'll explore additional techniques such as mindfulness meditation and gentle yoga flows that complement the exercises and lifestyle tweaks we've covered. Until then, may your evenings be calm, your sleep be restorative, and your mornings be bright. Take care, and remember, progress, not perfection, is the path to a healthier, more comfortable life. Now let us bring everything together in a single clear plan you can start tonight. First, identify the moment you usually get out of bed for that extra trip. As soon as you sit up, pause for a breath and gently engage the pelvic floor muscles you just practiced. This tiny contraction sends a signal to the bladder that it does not need to empty immediately, allowing you to settle back into sleep. Second, pair this pause with a soothing visual cue, perhaps the soft glow of a night lamp turned off after the brief squeeze, or the gentle click of a bedside drawer closing. Over time, these cues become a conditioned response, training your nervous system to recognize that the night is still a time for rest, not routine bathroom visits. Third, keep a simple log for 1 week. Write down each nighttime awakening, noting the time, any fluid intake before bed, and whether you performed the pelvic floor squeeze. Seeing the pattern on paper often reveals surprising connections, such as a late night cup of tea or a medication that increases urine production. Adjusting those variables, switching to herbal water, limiting caffeine after dinner, or discussing dosage with your physician can amplify the benefit of the exercises you are already doing. Fourth, remember that hydration remains essential. Dehydration can cause concentrated urine that irritates the bladder, while excessive fluids can overwhelm it. Aim for a steady intake throughout the day and finish your evening drinks at least 2 hours before you plan to sleep. If you feel thirsty at night, a small sip of water is permissible, but try to keep it minimal and resume your pelvic floor practice before returning to bed. Finally, celebrate each small victory. If you notice even a single night with 1 fewer trip, acknowledge the progress. The brain learns best from positive reinforcement, and that confidence will carry you forward on the nights when the urge feels stronger. You are not alone in this journey. Many seniors have reclaimed restful evenings by combining mindful muscle work with simple habit tweaks. I would love to hear how these strategies work for you. Share in the comments which cue you chose, or tell us if a particular fluid timing made a difference in your sleep quality. Your stories not only help the community, but also inspire others who may feel stuck in the same cycle. If this guidance resonated, please give the video a thumbs up. Your affirmation lets the platform know that practical, science-based advice for senior health is valuable, and it helps more people discover these tools. And if you feel there is more you'd like to explore, whether it's gentle stretching, breathing techniques, or nutrition tips for bladder health, let me know so we can tailor future episodes to your needs. Remember to subscribe and click the notification bell so you won't miss the upcoming deep dive into mindfulness meditation and gentle yoga flows that perfectly complement the exercises we've discussed today. Together, we will build a toolkit that supports not just bladder function, but overall well-being, confidence, and quality of life. Until our next conversation, may your nights be uninterrupted, your sleep deep and restorative, and each morning greet you with the energy to enjoy the day ahead. Progress, not perfection, remains our guiding principle. Take one step at a time, and the transformation will follow. Take care, and see you soon.